Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Just want to say thank you massively to Nate, the guy who actually commissioned this wand. It's Mad Eye Moody's second wand from the Harry Potter series. So at the moment, what I'm doing there, you can see me, I've basically got this gorgeous piece of teak, and I've got it onto my wood lathe, and I'm just smoothing it out to about the right size. So what I've got is reference pictures behind me, and basically the measurements on a piece of paper, and you'll see me every so often just offering the piece of paper up to the wood and then marking it with pencil where everything needs to go, and then machining it down to the right size. And with this I'm using the sort of wood chisels, the wood turning chisels, sorry, and then also I'll use rasps and files, and then also at the end I'll use different grades of sandpaper just to get it to about the right size, and hoping all the time that it doesn't snap. But it's just going very, very carefully, very cautiously. So as you see there, the end, the tip of the wand to the right is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. I need it to get to a certain size before I take it off the actual lathe, but like I say, the whole time you're praying that it doesn't snap, because it gets very, very delicate at this point. Then I used an angle grinder, the greatest tool ever invented that you can make anything with, which a lot of people don't agree, but I think it's excellent, to basically smooth out the end of the wand. I know it's cheating, I should do it all by hand, but a lot of it is still done by hand, so don't worry you purists out there. But yeah, with the angle grinder it really helps to quickly remove material, and then I can get it down to the sort of shape that I need. And then I work back into it now with 120 grit sandpaper to get the sort of overall shape, or smoothness, sorry. And then here I've got 320 grit. I don't really find with my projects that I need to go any further than 320. You get obviously a gorgeous ultra smooth surface with sort of 600 or 1000, but 320 gives you more than a smooth enough surface, especially if you want a bit of a key to actually paint it or varnish it as well. And then I take a pencil and mark all over it with these crazy sort of shapes. To me it looks like sort of the dragon skin crossed with sort of burnt wood, but it's all the way down the shaft of the wand, and then making these knots that are all over the handle. It's quite a crazy design, the Mad Eye Moody design. It's very, very weird, and lots of strange shapes all the way down it. The way I actually cut out the shapes is with a Dremel or a rotary tool. I use a very, very fine cutting bit, which I then sort of dig in twice to make it ultra deep, and then after that, to smooth out the edges and to get rid of all the burrs, I used a sort of ball diamond bit, which just takes off a tiny bit, and you can run it all the way over the shapes that you've made, and it nicely sort of smooths them out and really ends up with a nice design or a nice sort of effect. Then onto the actual ball end, the handle of the wand. I think this piece looks like an alien smiling as I was actually cutting out. But yeah, using the Dremel and sandpaper, different tools, I tried to make the wand look as close to the reference pictures, which are obviously off the screen, they're behind me. But I was looking at reference pictures the whole time and just sanding it and aging it and trying to make it look exactly like the photos that I had. we use the same small cutting rotary bit that I used on the shaft of the wand onto the handle to then go around these really cool looking knots, which then gives it this sort of aged wood grain effect. And it's just, again, trying to be as close to the actual reference photos as I could, so I just had to go very carefully, very slowly, and just copy each one. Then with this wand, to get it to be the correct colour, I basically, instead of using varnish, I used acrylic paint. So this is, the paint was literally called Ready Brown, so I'm using the Ready Brown on the top there, just to get it to look more like the teaky colour when it's actually varnished. And then on top of that, I then use raw sienna to make a yellowy sort of faded colour on the very tip, and then working all the way down the actual shaft of the wand, I then used burnt umber. And then the trick with this was going to the actual handle of the wand, the ball, is to try to fade it all into one. So you fade the burnt umber into the Ready Brown, and then the Ready Brown into the raw sienna. I really wish it had a better name than Ready Brown. And then just picking out the highlights here on the actual knots of the handle with the Ready Brown again, and then working all the way down the entire shaft of the wand, dry brushing, which is where you dab most of the paint off of the brush, and then just catch the highlights of the top edges of the sort of burnt dragon skin effect, so you get a really cool effect where it just picks out the highlights, and then again the Ready Brown just on the tip of the wand. Then here I'm cutting out pieces of aluminium foil tape. You just smooth it off. I'm just using basically a pair of scissors here, but you can use a penny or a coin, and it just smooths it off nicely. And then with this, you just stick it to the actual wand, and then after you need to burnish it, which is to sort of rub it with a smooth tool. Paintbrush was then used to actually, as I say, burnish the metal foil, so it sort of, in a way, digs it into the wood underneath and picks out some of the, not the grain, but just the little fibres of the wood, and makes it look more like real machined metal. The next part was basically sort of weathering and aging the wand. So with this I used a dark brown weathering ink, and I used it over the entire wand, so it goes down into all the cracks and crevices, makes it look really nicely aged, and also there's a really good transition between the different colours. It makes the brighter colours sort of stand out if you have much darker shadows like this. It also doesn't make the metal parts look rusty, it just makes them look slightly aged and weathered, which I really love the effect. Last part of making the wand was going over it with 3 coats of car lacquer, and this gives it a nice hard solid shell, almost as if it had been varnished. Hi guys, just wanted to say thank you so much for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe for more. Also, please check out my eBay and Etsy pages. So with this wand, as always, we've got to test them out to see if they work properly. There's only one person, I think, that could actually control this wand. And there's one way I think we can summon him. Come on. Found it. Well, wish me luck. Right, let's go Death Eater hunting. P.S. The special effects budget didn't stretch to a week, so this is, it's Mad Eye Moody when he's had a haircut. Hunting, let's go! Where is he? I can see him. Expelliarmus! I've had enough of this. Goodbye, the end. Well, that showed him, didn't it? Just want to say thank you guys for watching, and thanks for putting up with my terrible accent that keeps going from Mad Eye Moody to Hagrid. So, cheers guys, see you next time.